Hey everybody, ronarray here, and in 0.5 I farmed a lot of different bosses. Some of those been pretty profitable, some others barely break even. But the biggest issue for boss farming always was RNG of drops. Sometimes you can make a bank in a few hundred attempts, but some other time you can even lose currency if you will get unlucky. So in today's video I want to showcase the most stable boss farm we currently have, Kulemak Boss farm. After farming it 120 times on stream, I ended up with stable 57 divines per hour of profit, which is practically guaranteed 50 plus per hour if you do everything correctly. In this video, I will give some tips on how to optimize your farming of Kulemak, plus we'll do a detailed loot breakdown and explain why profit there is not connected to RNG and always going to be guaranteed while prices stay close. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you appreciate different farm breakdowns, and let's go! So, the biggest upside for Kulemak fight is how fast the fight itself is. You can start it from map device, just Ctrl-click your Well of Souls and immediately enter the zone. After it, you can just jump down and get to the fight almost immediately. That way, the whole fight takes about 1 minute, and there's also another pretty important trick to maximize your speed, and when you're maximizing your speed, you're maximizing the profit too. After you kill the boss the first time, you don't need to improve the ring by clicking on any kind of memories, and instead you should just take the finger immediately, because it's still going to give you the jawbone or like any kind of ancient currency loot and a pretty good chances for belts. As you can see, I even received a double belt right here. So don't improve the boss and don't waste time fighting him multiple times. Just take the finger immediately and get your ancient currency together with some belts. That is going to speed up the fight significantly, and after it you can finish the whole fight in about 55 to 60 seconds. So for 120 runs it took me about 2 hours approximately of non-stop fighting, and you can do about 60 runs per hour, which is a very good number at the moment. For the master, when farming Kulemak, I recommend to use Dorianis just for head of the snake. It will give you 25% chance to drop an additional unique item, and that way you can just hope to get additional belts, which you will be able to utilize or sell later on. That way you will also have like only one revive, but it's obviously not a big issue because Kulemak is a very weak boss, especially when you're fighting him only once. Now let's talk about profitability. At the moment, Kulemak invitation costs about 1.75 divines. That way, for 120 entrances, I paid 210 divines, which is a pretty nice amount for the boss, which is crazy stable. So that price can go up or it can go a little down, but overall it's always going to be approximately around the price of the currency that Kulemak drops. Until it stays that way, I believe the boss itself is going to be pretty profitable and stable in terms of providing currency. So after 120 Kulemak fights, I ended up with 120 rings and 95 exceptional belts. Every fight is going to give you guaranteed ring together with guaranteed ancient currency, which is the main profit right there. Belts are just a cool addition, and I'm going to identify most of them because at the moment I don't really believe there is a big point to sell unidentified ones. And for the rings, unfortunately, those are not really nice because they have only 2 modifiers since you're not fighting Kulemaks multiple times. So I believe just taking those rings and trying to exchange them right here, like disenchant them for Orb of Chances, is probably going to be the best idea. So after identifying all the belts, most of them been useless. However, 2 belts has 100% increased effect of socketed augmented items. Those belts at the moment approximately 2 divines each, so that's about 4 divines of profit, and 99% belts, if they have like decent amount of charm slots, which is usually 2 or 3, will sell for approximately 1 divine. So 4 divines profit from this, and 1, 2, 3, 4 from that. In the end, it's about 8 divine profits in belt. divines, which is not too bad. The rest is definitely going to get disenchanted just to get some Orb of Chances instead. Because most of those are like 85% and anything lower than like 97, not going to sell for any prices because people don't really use them. So now let's calculate the rest of the profit, and first focus on the raw currency. During those runs I dropped about 9 raw divines together with 1 perfect chaos orb, which is pretty nice addition to what we already have in terms of profit. And I also dropped 120 ancient currency as it should be. It's 29 ancient jawbone, 44 ancient reap, and 47 ancient collarbone. Just based on the averages, collarbone is probably the most common currencies that's dropping the most often compared to other types. And let's calculate how much is that just in the currency. Ancient jawbone comes first, and at the moment you can get up to 2 divines for each. Since I got 29 in the end, that's going to be about 58 divine from jawbones. Ancient Reap at the moment is even better. That's about 2.18 divines, and since I have 44 of those, it's going to be about 95 divines from Ancient Reaps. And the last part is Ancient Collarbone. At the moment that's about 3.30 divines for Collarbone, which I have 47 of, which is ending up with 155 divines. So in the end, after selling all ancient currency, I would receive 308 divines. I also paid 210 for entrances, dropped 9 raw divines, and 8 divines from the belts. In the end, my profit after 2 hours of farming is 115 divines. Considering that I spent only 2 hours doing it, it's about 57 divines per hour, which is absolutely amazing number because it's very stable and you're going to get that currency anyway just from dropping ancients non-stop. I think for the boss it's making Kulemak one of the best and the most stable options. You can obviously make more divines per hour with other bosses with more RNG, such options like Arbiter of Ash for example or Raven. However, right here you have about 50 to 60 divines of guaranteed profit per hour every time, which can't fail and completely not connected to RNG, since you're going to drop 120 ancient currency every time when you're running 120 Kulemaks. And talking about improving the farm in general and considering the profitability, I don't believe that rings and bad belts even worth disenchanting. At the moment you need a lot of Orb of Chances to get divines, and most of the time it might be even better not to loot your rings or belts at all, just focusing on looting ancient currency and looting belts to identify for profitable ones. You can ignore belts completely still because most of your profit is still going to come from ancient collarbone. And another interesting topic is also part of that discussion, considering the prices will change. At what point Kulemak will stop being profitable? I believe that Invitation will probably be profitable up to 2 divines, maybe even 2.10 per every entrance, considering the prices for ancient currency will stay the same. Mostly because every time when you're running Kulemak, you're just hoping to get ancient collarbone, which is more than 3 divines at the moment, and definitely worth it. So if you're getting like ancient reap or ancient jawbone, you're receiving very small profit or breaking even. Right now that's about half divine profit. If prices will go up, it will be 0.10. However, most of the time you're just trying to break even, and the main profit is coming from ancient collarbone. As you can see, I dropped the most ancient collarbones compared to both variations of currency, so more than jawbones and more than reaps. So that way, since you're getting it pretty often, approximately 30% chance, a little higher, you should be absolutely fine and profiting only from color bonds themselves. So even if the price for entrances will go up, the farm is still going to survive and provide about 35, maybe 40 divines per hour. But at the moment, I think it's about 57, could be even pushed to 60, and if you will drop like a little less raw divines or bad belts, you're still going to be approximately 50 divines per hour stably, which is absolutely amazing for the boss because you're practically risking nothing. So I can definitely recommend to farm Kulemak if you're tired of RNG and want some relaxing farming to get some currency up to improve your build or anything else. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that video will help you out to farm Kulemak more profitable than usual. See you next time, and ronarray out.